the first thing that I usually go over is team compositions and how I would play into it. Obviously, because it's a quick play game, I don't expect your team and the other team to actually have like an absolutely insane composition. But how
Yeah.
Overwatch works, and especially Overwatch 2, is any 5 characters together can have a playstyle, and I'll be able to identify how you should play into the enemy comp. Uh,
Mm.
Unironically, the enemy team comp is really strong, like really strong.
Yeah.
Sigma, Ana,
Oh yeah.
Kiriko, Tracer, and Sojourn would really work well together. Tracer won't really have all that much heals unless she LOSs her Ana. Um, but other than that, the team works pretty well together. They can focus on getting angles and stuff like that. The strength that Sigma brings is that he can shield off his teammates like Sojourn for example, in order to give them like stronger angles that are protected, uncontested.
Yeah.
Like yeah, imagine Sojourn has right click up, she can take high ground. Sigma can shield it, and she can get like a free right click off for free, literally. Um,
See, I don't really be thinking a lot about like my team comp like when I'm playing comp
yeah.
because I feel like I have my like characters that I like to play,
Mhm.
and then like depending on what map it is, like I'll play my character, and I don't really think a lot about like what our team is running and what the enemy team is running, nothing like that.
Honestly, you should think about how the what the enemy team is running, even if it makes no difference in how you play. So if
Mm.
you're trying to climb and you're, I wouldn't say low SR. You said you're plat 3 right now.
Yeah.
That's completely fine. That's not even that bad.
I feel like I could hit diamond too if I just played more and
Oh
like
for
didn't play
sure.
Tracer, bro. I suck at Tracer, bro. Oh my god, bro.
But yeah, it's all about learning one character and getting good with that one character. But in order to play well against other teams, you have to consider how the enemy team is gonna play and how your team is gonna play. Even if that doesn't necessarily impact like the character that you're gonna play, I'm completely fine with coaching one tricks or anything like that.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Tracer is fairly weak right now as well. Your team comp
Yeah.
is more of a dive, highly mobile. To be honest, their team comp is very stationary and acts on long range, whereas your composition excels at like closing the gap. If I was to
Hmm.
say, if I was to predict who would actually win out of these two teams, I would actually say yours, even though the compositions, like both compositions, aren't actually
Really?
that bad. Yeah, I would say yours. Cause think about it,
Oh,
Sigma or Sojourn is setting up. If a Wrecking Ball and a Tracer and I don't know what the Mercy will be doing, if they directly jump onto the Sigma, if they directly jump onto the Sojourn, they now lack space, and the enemy team comp relies heavily on space in order for them to actually get kills or
mm.
get value. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. You want me to spoil what happens?
I'll see, I'll see. Don't worry, don't spoil
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the matchup, if played correctly, your team should win. But both comps are good, so I don't know.
Bro, see, so I was thinking like Genji and Sombra when they get nerfed, that oh
That is just unfortunate. Um,
yeah,
that's more about scouting awareness.
yeah,
You didn't necessarily have to peek out of that little corner either.
yeah.
The tracer would have been in insight. It's unfortunate that the Kurika
Oh,
actually
that's I
hits
didn't even
that.
think of that. So you're saying if I just didn't even peek, I would have still shot like seen the tracer
You
and
still
shot
would
at
have
her
seen the
without
tracer,
being
yeah.
exposed to the
Mhm.
other character. Yeah, see, so when I was so mad when that happened because I was like, damn, like I just got like two tapped by this healer. Like that's
Yeah.
actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I can't lie. It is highly unfortunate, but that's a shame. Wrecking Ball's just doing Wrecking Ball things at the moment.
Oh, the Junkrat on our team, by the way, is my friend too, by the way.
Nice. You're doing nothing from this high ground. Nice. This is good. This is good. I have no issue with that. I was gonna say during that engagement, it's good to stay on the side of the health pack because if you take damage, then you can get it. She ends up nading you and you get a nice recall. Um, but yeah, we'll just continue this.
See, right
As
there when I backed up though, do you think that was the right play? Because I felt like I was gonna lose that, right? So I just like I
Oh,
dipped.
I would 100% of the time always recommend for you to disengage before you die.
Yeah.
So I have no issue with that. I think that disengagement's fine. Nice health by the way. You what was I just gonna say? Yes, as Tracer, you barely want to recall. You barely want to recall. You want to save that to the very end. So fighting around health packs and stuff like that is extremely vital. Obviously you got purple naded, so you are actually forced to recall out. And in my opinion, there's no point in re-engaging now that you've recalled because then you would have to rely on blinks to get out next time round. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
this is a good rotation. Try and be closer. You don't want to play in their range. So imagine you're standing here and Kiriko is
Mhm.
standing where Kiriko is standing. If you both hit an equal amount of headshots, who do you think is gonna win the fight? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, the thing is with the new tracer, right? She got more range, right? So sometimes when I get close, I don't like do as much. I feel like I don't do as much damage. So I feel like sometimes like I just get really close and I just eat a whole bunch of damage
Mhm.
and don't really do a lot. So I feel like that kind of comes from being a little bit scared to like come. You know what I mean?
Don't be afraid to go in, because like I said, these guys, their entire team excels from range. No one in particular, other than maybe um, the enemy Tracer and the enemy Sigma, can really hit shots consistently if you're in their face, AD strafing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
go
I caught it.
directly in their face, they're gonna really struggle, basically. Like here,
Yeah.
I
Can you
presume.
mind replaying that? So I kind of want to see like that again. So then boom, I shoot here when I should have blinked, got closer. I could have probably killed you here.
Nice, she dies anyway. You're looking around to scout, and now you're contesting the Ana. I don't know how that bullet didn't hit you, but we don't complain. Nice, nice. Forced a nade. That's really good pressure. You did your job really well there, and your duo managed to capitalize. Now this
I
is
feel
just
like looking back,
sorry.
my bad, go ahead. No, I was gonna say looking back at what you said, like them going in that, because you said they're a long range team.
Yeah.
So with them being in that hallway was like actually like retarded. Like that didn't
Oh,
even make any sense.
yeah. Especially against the Junkrat. Especially
Yeah,
against
that
the
didn't.
Junkrat. And against
What?
Junkrat, you never ever want to go into any enclosed area because then your team is literally all dead to one person and they have all in 30 seconds. But um, yeah, right now because people are dead, this is like the post-fight cleanup. So you'd expect things to be less structured. It will just be your team chasing the enemy team until they're all dead. The issue with this, well, that's not bad. That's how you play the game. But now the issue
Yeah.
that people forget about is resetting up after the fight is ended. A lot of the time, people
Mm,
tend to stay in positions. This is still technically the
yeah.
cleanup, but we end up
Yeah.
dying because of it instead of
Wait, did I die? Oh wait, where did I die at? Okay, so
Sigma.
I heard you talk about that on like your TikTok or something,
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
like make sure you position after fights. Okay.
It's so important. So you're contesting. This is fine. This is fine.
See right there, I feel like I was pretty far too, right? On the soldier when I was trying to kill you.
Pretty far, but I would say that sort of range is alright because I do think it's harder for Sojourn to hit shots in that particular situation than it was for the Kiriko to hit shots when they're both on level range, yeah, on you know what I mean,
Okay.
level
Yeah.
ground
Okay.
and all of that. Um,
Okay. So you didn't think it mattered because the Kiriko was there, but if it was just me, I definitely was too far, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like especially in your elo, you should be able to contest that. Sojourn, it's only really easy to hit Sojourn's right click consistently. You know what I mean? You can see when Sojourn has right click up as well, because her gun
Yeah.
starts to glow. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, You're contesting. You're contesting. Ah, the recall was a bit late. You didn't have a lot of time. Recall only gives you like health back from your last 3 seconds, just in case you didn't
Yeah.
know that. Um,
Mhm.
so you spent more than 3 seconds on low health. So when you recalled, um, you died. Sigma
Wait,
basically
can
just
we
rocked you
play it back?
once.
So, I don't know how you saw that. Like, I feel like we were like skipping around too much.
That recall's fine. We can test Sojourn. Look, she's jumping around. Her gun's not glowing. That blink was really poor, by the way, but it is what it is.
Wait, let me. Wait.
Nah,
Never mind. Never mind.
yeah,
Don't play it back. Don't
I
play it back.
don't
Never
have
mind.
to play it back for every little thing because if you're blinking into walls, it will probably happen again, and I'll show it to you next time. And if it doesn't happen
Okay.
again, then there's no need for me to comment on it because it's not a consistent issue.
Got you. Got you.
Do you
Okay.
see? Do
Okay.
you
Got you.
see?
Got you. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
won't stop at every single moment, but if you ask me to put it back, I will put it back unless I don't deem it necessary. But look, you're
Got
on
you. Got you.
56 HP. You go down to 21, and then you recall. You only had 66 HP left. You get rocked. Unfortunate. In
Yeah.
that situation, remember what I said. It's bad to recall. Like you typically don't want to be recalling at all. Um, on yeah, obviously it's still like useful utility. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
if you can get healed by a healer or if you can get healed by a health pack, which there's a mini health pack one blink away, there's a mega health pack two blinks away, there's two of your supports one blink backwards. Do you see what I'm saying? Why did you
Yeah.
recall
Like it was
when
like.
you're in proximity
Mhm.
to four different types of heals?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
You'll get into the SRs where people will learn, mentally track where you were 3 seconds ago. So if you recall,
Yeah.
everyone will just
'Cause I
look
know
at
I'd be
you.
doing that too to
Yeah,
trackers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Your team is set up really well. Don't ever peek that, honestly. So right. There are times in Overwatch where ults are popped and you don't need to contest them. Like Baptiste window.
Yeah.
Or
You could just
do you
let it
see what
run
I'm
out.
saying?
Yeah.
In this situation where I can't lie, their position their positioning is decent, but what can they really do from this position? They've now popped Katsune Rush. If we all just like play around it, hide
Chill.
behind this sign,
Mhm.
they're gonna have a faster rotation, yeah, because the ult makes them faster. But they'll have to go all the way around. And if you really want to talk about macro tactics and like team play, if this was a higher SR game, we would just hide until they try and get a better angle on us. If they try and go all the way around here, you know where we would go? We would flip the entire map and play from the attacker side because we're still contesting cart. If we die, we'll spawn behind them and then that's a crossfire. Similarly, if they die, the same thing will happen. Yeah, sure, but we'll be aware of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Um, but now we're contesting it. We wasted nade for no reason, and we've also wasted tire for no reason. The tire was worse than your nade in my opinion because Katsune Rush. I don't know how you've expected to drive a tire in the middle of people with higher attack speed and not expect it to die.
Yo, can you
Um,
give me 1 second, bro? I
sure.
don't mean to like pause in the middle. Just give me 1 second.
All good. I'll be 1 second as well. I'm back.
You, you could go ahead.
Cool.
I can't hear you by the way if you're talking.
Ah, no, I'm just watching it out. Don't worry. Like, nothing bad has
Okay,
happened
okay.
yet. So,
Okay, I got you. Got you.
good pick. Nice. Forced a recall for no reason. But this is a good cleanup. Ah, you don't need. Okay, cool. Ah, that was very scrappy. Very scrappy. Just hold left click,
Yeah.
man. You kill him anyway. So definitely your recall management is the worst thing. Again, what is that?
No,
Like,
that's it. I think that was an
okay.
accident. No, bro.
Ah,
Oh, see, I thought I should have killed her, to be honest. I was kind of mad when I didn't kill
no worries, it's fine. In this situation now, actually no, I'm gonna let it play out and see what you do. But I did want to comment on their macro changes, right? Before they had Sigma,
her.
which meant that they had to play for range. Now
Yeah.
they've gone Reinhardt. Do you know the idea of like brawl slash dive slash poke?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now that they have a brawl tank,
Mm-hmm.
dive becomes weaker because even though they're both short range comps, uh, yeah, even though both dive and brawl become short range comps, um, Reinhardt and brawl are still higher damage in the short range because dive sacrifices slight damage for higher mobility, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you'll now be able to go places on the map faster than them because yeah, they have a Reinhardt with no speed. But the second you get onto the Reinhardt, he's just gonna slam a big hammer in your face and you're gonna get two shot. Especially with the Discord. They have a weird hybrid comp right now. But we play it out regardless. Honestly, I would just went for yeah. I was gonna say before I paused it and I said let me play it out. I was gonna say go for the health pack before you re-engage, and then you could have re-engaged, and then if you were forced to recall, at least you'd be on full health again. Because now you recall just to get out, even though you're on 75 HP for more than 3 seconds. So playing around health packs. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh no.
Yeah, I just want you to remember this is a quick play match too, so I wasn't taking it too serious.
Yeah, I know, I know,
Yeah.
I know. But still, you need to get into
Yeah.
good habits.
Can't be can't let that happen. I got
Yeah. Beautiful.
I died there. Yeah, I
Don't
went
worry,
to
yeah.
in, right?
Two in out, or like you need an earlier disengagement. I also think you need to work on your blink melees. There are custom games for that though.
Oh, they are?
Definitely
Definitely
will
gonna need
be.
those.
There definitely will be. Like I won't be able to tell you one, but there definitely will be. I'll tell you that now, because that's the main thing that people practice. That and like pulse bomb sticks on like flying targets and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. Those
No,
are
I had
nice
to
blink
that man's
mechanics.
ankles, bro. Yeah, his ankles were done, bro.
That's unfortunate. You you get too aggressive. You get too aggressive. What I was also going to say is Tracer contesting. When you engage on when you engage alone on Tracer, you should never really expect to one clip slash kill people. Unless they're like extremely isolated, then you would be able to kill them in like 2 or 3 clips, right?
Hmm.
Realistically, because obviously I don't expect you to hit every single shot, be in range, and also not die. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um,
Yeah, for
but I'm
sure.
seeing you like hard. hard engage and hard pressure like an Anna with a Zen orb on her. And as depressing as it sounds, on some characters, the moment you see they're getting healed, you just gotta think, you know what, I can't out damage this and disengage.
That's that's just so sad though too, because it's like an Overwatch one. It's just like you feel like I feel like I
Yeah,
could just like kind of
you
just do
feel like you
whatever,
could
you
just
know?
sort of melt. Yeah, no, it's true. But like, yeah, even Wrecking Ball was like this in Overwatch 1, believe it or not. But if he was to like slam a Zen, the second the Mercy Pocket is on that Zen and nobody else is engaging with the ball, he would just have to grapple away because there's no way his little gun is gonna, you know what I mean, out damage that
Yeah,
pocket. It's
I
a
definitely
shame.
do that too much.
But
I
if,
like engage by myself
yeah, if you
without my
think
team
about
and
it
stuff.
though,
I do that a lot.
Overwatch is a team game and you have a team composition where you definitely can secure kills. So if a Anna is getting pocketed by that Zen or by a Mercy or any other support, if it's you and the ball, then she's automatically killable. You know what I mean? That's two
Yeah,
sets of DPS. DPS in terms of like damage per second, not DPS in terms of damage characters. But that's two
yeah,
forms of DPS like on her at once, where it's only like um, one set of heals per second. Uh, if it was the Zen Trank like it is right now, then realistically the only person on your team that can kill her is Junk. But
yeah,
um, Junk can kill through Transcendence. His time to kill is quick
yeah.
enough. Um, but yeah,
He does like the one shot combo, right?
yeah, for sure. Help pack. Okay, cool. I like the target switch. This is good. Ah, again, more technical side of like micro gameplay.
Yeah,
Here you had the cart for your cover and you were shooting it and it was nice. You could blink into here, you could blink onto the high ground if you really needed to. But you blinked in front of the cart where your only two escapes are like left or right and both of which are still in line of sight of the enemy Sojourn. Do you see what I'm
oh,
saying?
yeah. So you're saying if I would have taken like the high ground, for example, I could have still shot her in front of the cart, but
If
then
you were
like
to
been in
take the
like
high
the
ground or
position.
even stay behind here or even at least be on this side because if you blink here then LOS is cut off. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah.
single character
Instead
on
of
this
just.
game, including Tracer, including Pharah, has to think about natural cover at all times.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
just because you have high mobility, it makes you feel kind of invincible, but that's not necessarily the case. You could have got the pick on the Anna, then disengaged. Think about where card progression is as well. It's overtime, they're halfway through. Kill the Anna, disengage. You could even chill here for a bit. Your team will re-engage. Look how fast your team comp is. Everyone can get back in like 7 seconds if they really have to. You know what I mean? Other than the 10
Yeah,
second respawn time. Um, you'll get another fight to contest it, but based on how long the map is, I can already tell that they capture point, which they
yeah,
really shouldn't consider.
yeah,
I'm looking at ult charge. They'll have shatter. We have mines. The mines should completely negate their movements, but I reckon if the Reinhardt's good, he would just shatter the mines and keep walking. But we'll see how that goes. Your junk is doing well and waiting. Uh, oh, that was good. That wasn't bad. That pulse bomb actually got a lot of damage, but your team, your backline's just dying. Oh,
Oh,
you're not.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
even realize I was there already.
I really like that split second. Sorry, this is just like actual Coach Coffee, like macro scrim gameplay. That engagement was fine. Like it was unfortunate that you missed the pulse
Hmm.
bomb. Your downtime was alright, but here, if only your junk and your mercy were alive. But what I like about this is, have you seen my video on triangles and squares and diamonds?
No, no, I haven't.
Can you see that even though you're a dive comp, you've set up 3 different angles. You got the poke character on the high ground, you're behind him, you got the ball contesting from main. Do you see
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You guys are creating a
yeah, yeah.
triangle. three different points of contact. If the Mercy was there, she would more than likely be on Junkrat, and Junkrat would more than likely be on this high ground. If it was like a proper setup, obviously before he was down here, but even so, if he's down here, that's still technically a triangle because it's the same point of contact. If he's up here, it's still a triangle because it's the same point of contact. If he decides to contest from this fourth angle, then it's a square slash a diamond. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is how we
Yeah.
can really zone people in, knock back them, clean them up, poke them for free, deal splash damage. It's such a powerful position you guys can take from a macro sense. But obviously, like this is just happened. This just happened accidentally. But as a tracer, you really should look for opportunities like this. Because look at how much you're doing. You don't necessarily have to contest if your wrecking ball is contesting. Unfortunately, you die. You should never die with recall like up. By the way, you should at least recall.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw what happened there, but I like blinked forward into the Reinhardt and
Mm.
literally killed myself.
Yeah, don't worry. You were gonna lose that fight anyway, so your
Yeah.
Junkrat's gonna die now, which is a shame. He's getting hard zoned out. Nice disengagement. Oh, Mercy's throwing. Yeah, that's a shame. Honestly, once again, from a strategic game sense point of view, um, this is now a lost fight. You don't want them to get free card possession, progression. So what I would do is I would blink onto point, die on point for as long as possible. So stay on point, contest, contest, contest. You're gonna lose the fight. Everyone's gonna turn back and kill you. Yeah, sure. They'll end up getting the cart to like here by the time the rest of your team respawns. The only issue is in quick play,
Hmm.
they might not wait for you. If you die late, they might not wait for you. Whereas in comp, they probably will wait for you.
Yeah.
By doing that and keeping yourself alive until your teammates respawn, just to stop car progression, it might cause a chain of your team staggering themselves by accident. But whereas like in a scrimmage environment, it would have been the correct play or a correct play. There's no point in delaying yourself. Okay, right. If the fight is gone or over, like lost, there's no point in
Hmm.
delaying your death if you're not stopping the car. Because what's gonna happen now? You're just delaying your respawn whilst it's still getting car progression. Whereas you could be doing the
Yeah.
exact same thing while stopping the car progression, or you could die
Yeah.
fast so you can get an earlier
Hmm.
recontest with 5 people up, right?
Yeah. See, I understand that and stuff. It's just sometimes like while I'm in the game and stuff, it's like I don't always like have perfect like paying attention of like who's alive, who's not.
Yeah, no, I struggle
Like
with that as a player as well. That's why I can
yeah.
find myself hard stuck in like plat one. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just I've got the game sense and I've got the mechanics, but it's just applying game sense and trying not to lose mechanics when I'm anxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's fine if you can stay alive and just not die, then that's even better. Like I have no issue with that.
Or I could not kill this Lucio.
Ooh.
That
So,
Lucio literally bullied me. I had to leave.
nah, don't worry. That's a 50-50. Like that's actually a 50-50. I wouldn't expect you to consistently be able to kill. Cause I know when I'm on Lucio, like I'll show you my Lucio hours, just in general. And this is just one account. Like when I'm on Lucio, I will happily. My win loss is crazy as well. Through like 200 games positive, that's kind of cold. But yeah, we. I would always expect to be able to contest the tracer and potentially kill her. So it all depends on
Really?
like. Yeah, if I manage my amps and if I hit my headshots, I can at least pressure out a recall. Like I would
Yeah.
confidently take that duel. But on Lucio, who wouldn't I contest? I wouldn't contest a Roadhog. I wouldn't contest like a Reinhardt from close range. Junkrat is the most 50-50 with me because it's just like, okay, how much do I rely on my mechanics not to get hit by the one shot? um,
Yeah.
I would even dive onto Sojourns. I would dive onto, you know what I mean. Like I would
Yeah.
be able to ego most people in the game as Lucio. So I don't know. Lucio's just kind of not busted. I don't want to say busted because I don't want him to get nerfed, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he should get nerfed anyways. I think he's cool.
I think he's kind of balanced, to be honest. I just think his
Yeah, I
character
think,
concept is good.
to be honest, I think instead of nerfing some characters, I think other characters should just be buffed to like be the
Yeah, I
same. You
hear
know what I'm
that,
saying?
but I also don't want it to be like Paladins, where every single character in the game is busted, and then it's just not like a good experience because the game is really bad. But yeah, no, I do 100% agree. I think the only nerf Genji needed was 25.
Reload, right?
Sorry, the 24 out of 30 clip. So
Yeah,
reducing the
yeah,
clip
yeah,
to 24, and then keeping his
yeah.
damage the same. Because 24, like
Exactly.
losing 6 whole shots is a big nerf, and people would still probably complain about it. But like,
No, I completely
I think
agree.
his damage
I
output
was
is
thinking the
fine.
same thing. Cause I
Yeah,
remember they did the same thing with Soldier in Overwatch 1, where like they made him do like 2 less damage or something, and it like
yeah,
made him a lot worse.
yep. Because 2 times what, the 30 bullets in the clip, that's 60 damage that he's using. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that is
and with
crazy.
headshots, that's like double.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, literally, man. By the way, you died again with recall up. So don't do that. Cassidy.
I
Uh,
forgot they made the game.
yeah. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. That's unfortunate though.
This is bad awareness for me though. To be honest, I feel like I should have been more careful picking.
Nice. Nice team disengagement. Realizing that it's not actually worth taking that fight up there. Have you noticed that the only reason why they're winning is because they switched to the Reinhardt character? Like, if they were on
Yeah,
Sigma, we would have won first point.
yeah. Look, now you say that, that's kind of right.
This is a bit overly aggressive. How did that not stick? I have no idea. Don't contest that. I know it's tempting. Like, when you see a Junkrat, low health, just hide around the corner, it's honestly not worth contesting it because it'll literally just delete you. Um, nice. Unfortunate. I want to see what you do with this high noon. Good. Do you see what I said about? Oh, nice, nice mechanics, nice mechanics. Good, nice, nice. You took that fight really well.
But the rolling away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The roll mechanics were really nice because you actually avoided the bullet. And then you engaged once again with the nade as opposed to trying to peek him, because the nade can home around corners, right? That's what I really liked about that. But you see what I said about forever challenging a Junkrat in enclosed spaces. You have to hard get out of there really fast if you actually want to win the fight.
Yeah.
You can either back really far, so when they come around the corner you can high noon. But that's slightly better if the cart is around here. Let's say if the cart is here and you've backed all the way up here. If you were to
Yeah.
high noon.
I don't think I high noon this because we were like winning.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
just
that's what I'm
kind of
saying. Yeah, if you were
reset.
to high noon, they would have to either all duck in here, once again enclosed and track themselves, or hide all the way around the corner and the rotation time would have been longer. So in my opinion, your best shout for a high noon with the cart there is a harder off angle somewhere, or maybe even just on the high ground where you can see a lot, or this high ground here is a pretty nice one. But right now, no need to high noon. I just want to see where you actually do it. See, that's a situation where you can potentially just keep walking.
You
Um,
think so? I think I die there if I keep walking. No.
you probably do, but at the same time, you get a trade. But the fact that you disengaged, your decision making was a lot better. But what I'm saying is, if you were to tunnel and
Mhm.
actually contest the Sojourn at a closer range, then you probably win that fight. Whereas if you try and contest Sojourn, realize it was a mistake, and then back up, there's a split second in rotation time where you're playing into her range, she can kill you, and you can't deal enough damage to kill her, sort of thing. But yes,
Yeah,
the
so you have to just
disengagement,
commit to either one.
commit to either one. But yeah,
Yeah,
the
so either commit
disengagement,
to like going through or
yeah, yeah.
disengaging. Okay.
At the end of the day, they're the same thing. They're the same thing. Spawns are roughly equal distance from each other right now. If we disengage, it's a 5v5. If you engage, it's a 4v4. But to be fair, with your Wrecking Ball coming in, I reckon you probably could have even killed a second, you know. But I don't wanna I
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna get you
didn't.
to play greedy like that, because how I see it is the more plays you're capable of pulling off, the higher you'll climb. But in general,
Mm.
that's just a pretty stupid play. Like it's
So, so you're saying if I go in there, get one, maybe two, we win that
maybe two,
fight,
just simply because the Wrecking Ball is
the
there. But
wrecking ball,
how
and
often
then
is the
and then
Wrecking
it's like
Ball
a whole
going to be
game.
there?
And then you're saying like that's like a fight-winning play, where it's like as me backing off, now it's like equal. Okay, I see
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. To an extent. But don't get me wrong. I still believe you made the more intelligent, safer decision. Safety is consistent. I'm a very safe player when I play Overwatch. I'm a very safe player. But then like actual game-changing plans. If you entered, killed the Sojourn, and now it's you plus Wrecking Ball shooting at this one Lucio that's gonna get booped in. Lucio's gonna get booped roughly where these walls are, right? Unless he attaches
Mm.
himself to a wall and runs around. Um, you could potentially get a second pick on the Lucio, or you're gonna get attention away from the Reinhardt. Reinhardt's gonna kite. It's all about chain reactions. Two viable
Yeah, see,
options, but in
I
the
just to be honest, I thought if I kept pushing, the Reinhardt would just come and kill me,
yeah, 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 no.
and then like no one's really gonna kill him or contest.
I
He'll
do
just
want to
kill me for
fully
free.
drive home the point that you probably did make the right decision. You probably did
Got
make the
you.
right
Yeah,
decision.
got
Um,
you. Yeah.
the playstyle that I'm telling you about is one that's rewarded in ranked and not really scrim environment. Because if it was scrim environment, I doubt anything would die. Like they'll be able to see you walking through. They'll just be like, "Yo, Ryan, turn around." The Reinhardt would swing before you even killed the Sojourn. Yeah, but I'm trying to keep this a ranked perspective because,
Yeah.
but that's how you climb in ranked, honestly, by low key throwing. But there's no need to front line like this. I would also be thinking about your next High Noon, especially because they're getting so much space. High Noon is a really good ult for taking space, and you better throw the nade to finish him off. You didn't, for some reason. Okay, your Kiriko's realized. High Noon's still viable. Unfortunate. Nice stick. Good trade. Won the fight. That's all good. Now, because the car has progressed past the Saturn space, our spawn is closer slightly. So I have no issue trading. Always play for trades now, or always feel comfortable to play for trades, especially because we have spawns. I
I
wouldn't
think I was just
play.
overextended there.
Yep, I wouldn't play like that unless you're nearing ult and you're trying to poke for ult charge. Once
Mm.
again, I think it's probably better if you play safer.
I,
It doesn't help
yeah,
that
I think I just got
Cassidy
cocky there.
Cassidy is very low mobility and very easy to int onto in the team comp that you're playing. Like in, you're going to be the easiest target to focus down and run down and like pressure out. So you've got to be
Yeah,
aware of that in your positioning.
I struggle with that a lot when I play like ranked and stuff.
Mhm.
Is that like it's just such an easy like person to jump on?
Yeah. 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 No, for sure. And you're kind of frontlining as well, which doesn't help. But this is why I don't really like
Yeah,
Cassidy right now, is because he kind of has to frontline, because
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was
he
I
kind of
feel like I
has
kind
to
of have to. It's
frontline,
like
yeah. And you can't frontline without a shield or viable protection. Your only protection is really the two supports.
so is it just like is my pick badge is here because we have a
Uh,
wrecking ball
me personally, yeah, I would not lock in the Cassidy character at all.
with a wrecking ball. I should have just stayed on Tracer at that point, right?
Your Sojourn's huge. Yeah, Tracer would be a better pick. What would be really good here is Echo, I'm not gonna lie. Echo into
I
the
don't really
enemy
care,
comp.
Echo.
Yeah, fair. But I'm just saying, Echo into
Just
the enemy comp wouldn't be bad. There are more characters that would also work. Anything divey slash pokey. But Echo would be nice because she's really good at pressuring like Reinhardt shields. Your only real um, person that's gonna be able to contest you is the Anna and the Sojourn, but also we are running a Mercy, so we will have a hard pocket. You'll be doing a lot more and you'll have more escapes and stuff like that. Echo's a difficult character to learn though. She's also like extremely boring, so I don't even blame you for never picking her up.
she's boring, you said? Wow. I think I just never picked her up because she wasn't in the game when I was really playing it.
Yep. She's boring. It's actually just like, oh, I fly, I get a sticky bomb. I beam, I fly away. I fly in, I get a sticky bomb. Oh, it's just so boring. Like, cause a headshot and a beam, or a sticky bomb of 6 and a beam, like, they're all like one-shot combos. Like, everything in her kit are one-shot combos, but it's just like, it's just the same thing. Imagine spending an entire game like Flashbang Van Hammer, like,
Yeah.
it's just,
No,
but that's like your only kit. Like that's your
yeah.
only kit. Like it's just, it's so terrible. It's it's terrible to play, but a really good character, high impact.
Yeah, at the end of this game, I don't even like me and my duo were just like we don't know how we lost the game.
Yeah,
Like we don't know what we really did wrong.
it's a Reinhardt diff. I think we've highlighted a fair amount of things.
Like it just tank gap.
Yeah,
I feel
like
like as a DPS duo, like you always get a tank gap. Like the enemy team just like by default has a better tank.
I wouldn't even necessarily say tank gap because that implies that it's something to do with the players, but I just think Reinhardt was a really good switch and Reinhardt works really well into your composition. Everyone made mistakes though, I pointed out mistakes that even you made in this game. Um,
Yeah.
so now, it's 11:12. We started maybe 40 minutes ago or so. I think. Is there any other? I'm just thinking about time and the logic of it all. Would you rather have a conversation about more stuff that you had questions with, in terms of like aiming or like practice methods, or would you like to speak to me
Ye-
about your intentions with Overwatch and I could potentially help you there? Or would you like to
Yeah.
go on to another quick play map? I think it might a
So how much?
conversation might be more helpful.
Because we're not even playing ranked, right? Or videos, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
How
It's not
much
even ranked
how much
videos.
time? I'm happy to speak for another like 20, 25, half an hour, you know what I mean?